Hey family, Pastor Willingham here. It's day 23, and we want to talk here about avoiding blame. Avoiding blame. And again, I encourage you here to subscribe to this channel. If you find it beneficial to you, also share this information with others whom you love, whose lives that you can help change. And so I want to look here at Genesis 3, verse 12 and 13. Genesis 3, verse 12 and 13, that shows us the situation of blame. And, again, God holds all of us accountable. God has an expectation for each of us individually. And whenever we find ourselves in a situation, where again, God is calling us on the carpet and God is dealing with us about a way that we may have strayed, or there's a correction that God is trying to make in us through his love. Again, this is God's act of love, holding us accountable here. What we don't want to do is blame other people for our downfalls. And sometimes this is an issue that we have, is holding or not assuming accountability and responsibility for our part in a thing, and blaming others. And this is what happens here again with Adam and Eve here, Genesis 3, 12 and 13. And first, it's the man. It says in verse 12, and the man said, the woman who thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And so Adam blames the woman when clearly God had given him the first commandment of what the rules were in the garden. And then in verse 13, and the Lord said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And so Adam blames Eve. Eve blames the serpent. And so, again, God in his love wants us to be accountable, and God doesn't want us to blame others for our decisions, for our downfalls. The way that we heal from any mistakes that we made is to be accountable and not blame other people. And when we're able to take accountability, when we're able to face God and say, regardless of what somebody else did in a situation, Adam wasn't alone in this situation. In fact, it's hard for us to sin really without the involvement of another person to begin with, which is why relationships are critical. But each person in any scenario has to be individually responsible for whatever role that they have played. And that's the only way we heal from our mistakes, is that we take accountability for our role in something, and that we don't look at someone else and we don't blame someone else for what we've done. To do so says that other people have power over us, and no one has power over us. Ultimately, any decision that we're making, anything that we're choosing, we have to own and we have to be accountable for, not blame others. And therefore, we can enter into the healing process and the restoration process with God, and experience the fullness of God's love. And so look at that issue today. Look at the principle today of blame. Let's try to steer away from blaming others. Have a great day, family. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.